Hello and welcome to the 50 subscriber special. I couldn't have done it without you guys. I thought I would be stuck at 2 or 3 subscribers, but with you guys' help, I have gotten to 50 subscribers, which is really insane. So, let's get into the video. So, it's a very nice microfishing pole, and I just broke the rod tip recently, so I don't know what I'm going to do, but I use it for weedy creeks because if you have your lawn pole out and the creek is not too big, then you might cast in the weeds really easily. So since this doesn't cast too far, it's a very nice pole to use in small creeks that actually have fish in it. Now, the next pole is, one second, my poles are tangled. And my next pole is my nice Abu Garcia walleye pole. So I have a nice trolling spoon right here, whatever you call it. I forgot what you call them, but 2 hooks, put minnows on them, or night crawlers, or whatever you use for walleye, and it's a very nice pole. I really like it. So let's move on to the next one. My next pole is a nice Bass Pro. It's got 6-pound line on it. It's a nice Bass Pro rod and reel. So, it's my panfish rod, and I have caught so many fish on this, and you can feel a lot of things with it, which makes it very, very nice. Now, let's move on to the next one. So, here is my pike pole. I don't really fish for muskie. I like pike better, but it's a very nice pole. I got it from a garage sale for $7, 20-pound braid on it, but we bought the braid. I was going in very gross water, just so that's why it's all orange and stuff. And then I have this nice leader on it. You shouldn't use 20-pound braid with this big snake lure. I actually snapped the line in half on accident, so I just hooked it back on. We cast the lure overbite and we got it back, which is very nice because, you know, if you lost a $24 lure, I'd bet you guys would be upset. So, very nice pike pole. Now, here is my bass pole. I have no idea why I have steel leer on it, but it's a nice 12-pound line, it's a nice lose reel, and a nice spinner bait. I don't use spinner baits much, but I just put it on for fun. That is it for the poles. Now let's move on to the tackle. I bet that would be your favorite. So, panfish. Not a lot to expect. So, as you can see right here, just a bunch of jigs. Just all jigs, weighted bobbers, and then some slab runners and beetle spins and road runners, which are my favorite. And those catch me so many fish. If you're not catching any fish on night crawlers, try a beetle spin. It's the perfect size for any fish. Walleye, bass, perch, bluegill, red ears, lawn ears, all those kind of stuff. It's really fun. I even heard grass pickerel eat them, or chain pickerel, wherever you're at. So, now, right here, pike and muskie. I don't muskie fish a lot, but as you saw, my snake lure is on my pole. So, I have one swim bait that can also work for bass. A very nice jointed bluegill. It's very nice. Then I've known this is a very good color for pike, so I got it, but I think I should have it bigger. This one's more for trout, but it's still very nice. And then a very nice, you can't really see it there, but It's got like tiger stripes on it with a blue and white spoon. It's a very nice spoon. Now, let's move on to the next one. Walleye. There's not much in here because I've just started walleye fishing, and here's all the stuff I have so far. Lots of stuff, right? Well, the only walleye lure I have right now is that trolling one I have on the walleye rig. So, let's move on to the next one. Bass lures. Some of you guys' favorites. Bass are one of the most fished, even ahead of bluegill, which I find pretty surprising. I don't have many bass lures, but I actually have a lot of bass lures. So, let's start with the crankbaits. So, as you can see, I have 2 lipless crankbaits. Well, a third one, if you can see it back there. A regular crankbait, a popper, and then a cricket lure for top water, a little hula popper for top water, a whopper plopper for top water, and that spot right there is for I'm getting a whopper plopper soon. Now I have 2 worms there. They're both purple and weedless. My 2 perch worms, then a pumpkin one, and then like a glittered pumpkin one. I have a lot of worms, but then I have the green and then a different kind of perch worm. So, let's move on to the next section. Okay, topwater, one of my favorites. So, let's start off with this nice hollow body bluegill lure. It's when bluegills are at the top of the water, trying to breathe, slowly dying. It's that perfect snack size for bass. You're gonna look for those like 3-inch, 2-inch bluegills. And I have actually had this before. Well, I've had it happen. I've had a little bluegill on. I was trying to get the pliers, and then a like 15-inch bass came out of the weeds and just tried eating it, which probably gave that fish a heart attack, but I got it off successfully. I just got this lure a few days ago, and it's very nice. Now, let's move on. The jitterbug, one of my favorites. I have a jointed jitterbug frog lure. Very nice. I've caught lots of bass on it. Now, I have talked about jitterbugs in my largemouth bass lures, but I'm going to go over them again. Very nice frog lure. And the original jitterbug, my favorite. Now, you guys probably know that I catch a lot, not a lot, but some nice catfish. And I was using this, and I was on the water, and some catfish heard it, and he ate it. So I never caught, I would only fish for bass. And so I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like a 10-pound carp or something. And so I was letting my slack loose because I didn't have my drag set. And so I called my grandpa over. We got it right to the bank, and we didn't have any net or anything, so picked up the line, which was a dumb decision. Sorry for the sun, by the way. And the line broke, and he swam away. That was my first catfish, and he was really nice. So, and I lost the lure, too. So that was my new one. The hollow body frog. I have had so many hits with this. My first ever, and the hook ratio with me and this hollow body frog is horrible, but I hope you guys have some good luck with it. Sorry for the sun again, but nothing you can do about it. Then you have this Rapala. It is very nice, and sounds horrible. I've caught a lot of 9-inch bass on this. I've even caught some hungry bluegill that probably thought it was a minnow or something. I classify it as a top water, but some people, it goes an inch under the water, so I think it's top water. And that is it for the cases. So, let's get on to the pockets. Okay, so I have 2 goby lures right there. I have some minnows, fake minnows. I have a bunch of these swim baits. Then I have some of these. And I haven't really tried on these, but on these swim baits I've had a lot of luck on them, and they have a magnet too, which is really nice. So, let's try getting them in because I don't have a lot of stuff. Anyways, I have my hooks and things, just hooks, sinkers, and all that stuff. I don't use the sinker holders for my hooks and stuff because they always slide into different sections, so I decided to just get a case for all my stuff. Now, I have even more jigs, some creek jigs. See, like baby crawfish, baby stuff like that, leeches, and all that stuff. So now, let's move on to the next section. The big section. I have minnows, and I actually put one of my beetle spins in there because I was too lazy to put it in. I've used a lot of these minnows. Really nice. And why is my duck lure in here? But anyways, there's my duck lure for pike, if you haven't already seen it yet. Very nice. But you gotta be careful because, so we found out the problem. For some reason, this leg won't plop, but I found out the reason. Well, my friend found out the reason. And this bead, it doesn't have a bead. So I got a bad batch on it. So that's why. So you got to be careful about that. But a very nice Savage Gear lures. If you're looking for pike and muskie, try Savage Gear because they have awesome lures. Like very, very realistic lures. Very nice. And I have binoculars, which I had to take out. Then I actually have a poncho if it's ever very windy and stuff and I'm on the boat and I'm not prepared. Now next, I have a little dumb rig. It's just a rig, not much. Nice minnow rig. Then I have these nice pliers. They look very rusty, but they work perfectly fine. Then I have this slip bobber in here. Let me put everything back and we will get back into it. Now the last section. So, I did have a strainer on here, but looks like it's gone. I don't know what happened to it. So, I have those rigs. Very nice. I have gulp, more gulp, even more gulp, which if you didn't know already, it's my favorite brand of lures for like stink bait and trout nibblers, even though I don't fish for trout. But I have this nice tape measure. It goes up to 3 feet, which is pretty nice. And because, you know, you don't need a 12-foot tape measure if you're fishing for freshwater bluegill and bass and stuff like that. So, it's a very nice lure. And that is the end of the video. Thank you if you've watched this long. I know it's been long, but thank you for 50 subscribers again, and I hope you have a good day, and see you later.